Hello everyone. Uh, After my previous videos, I got a lot of queries that I should make videos on my other travel, history. Whatever countries I have visited, what was my experience, how did I get the visa, and what should I do. So the one of the country that I have visited in recent times was Maldives, and I think among all the places that I have traveled so far, Maldives took me longest time to decide. There are two reasons to it. You have to make a lot of decisions while you're traveling to Maldives, and also I was going for my honeymoon trip, so I wanted to be a really good experience. Now, while I was researching for Maldives trip, I had to go through a lot of blogs, reviews, various forums, and then a lot of YouTube videos to plan everything for my trip. So I wanted to make this video so that you don't need to go through so much of the content online to decide or plan your trip. You can watch this 15-20 minute video, and that should be good enough for you to plan your entire Maldives trip. You can, while watching this video, you can write down whatever I'm mentioning, and that should be enough for your trip. The very first trip thing that while planning for a Maldives trip is that you want to decide when do you want to travel. Now the season for Maldives is November to April, right? Maldives is a tropical country. That means November to April is winter plus summers, while from May onwards it starts raining or probably very cold. Now it's called season because a lot of Indians, a lot of Europeans or people from other part of the world travel during November to April, and rest of the year they don't travel, and because of which the Maldives is very costly between November to April, and from May to October it's not that costly. Also, just to save money, don't decide to travel in off season, because what will happen is that when you reach there, most of the time it might be raining and your entire trip will be wasted because you'll be stuck in your room, right? So the very first thing you need to decide is that which month you want to travel. My recommendation will be travel between November to April, so that there is more probability that the weather is good and you will be able to enjoy the resort or the activities available in Maldives. So that is the first thing you need to decide. Hey, I forgot to add one more thing. Make sure you book your resort, your flights 2 to 3 months in advance. It will save you probably 30 to 40,000 in your entire trip. Flights are available from almost all the major cities in India. If you book it in advance, you will get it for 6 to 8,000. But if you book it later, then per head you will have to pay probably 5,000 more. So which is again 20,000 up and down for two people, and then again your resorts will also cost you 20-30,000 more if you book at the last moment. So it's better to book in advance. The second thing is that as soon as you reach the resort, make sure you book all your activities on the day one, because there are a lot of people and there are limited slots for all the activities, and you may miss one or two activities because slots are not available. So make sure you book all your activities on the day one itself. The second thing, how should I book my trip? Should I book it via agent? Should I book it through an online website, or should I book it directly reaching out to the resort website? If you directly reach out to any resort by their website, it is going to be very costly because they always sell it the MRP, because they are selling it, so they cannot keep the lower prices than other portals or the agent. If you book it via third party, let's say Pick Your Trail, Travel Triangle, Make My Trip, Go IBBO, Clear Trip, or any other offline agent, then it is going to be much cheaper. And also, while you're planning, what happens is that all these websites and agents, they have a direct relationship with all the resorts, and they get a much better price. Also, while you're talking to these agents or the associates from these portals, you can further negotiate with them, so you will obviously get better prices. So recommendation is again to book via agent or through a portal, right? You can decide which portal you want to go through. Now the next thing is where to stay in Maldives. Now there are two type of stays in Maldives. One is local island, which is, let's say, Malé city, and another is private islands. Maldives is an archipelago. It's an Indian Ocean archipelago. That means it's a combination of multiple small islands which are acquired by private people or the companies, and they have converted into a resort. So they take you there, you stay there for a duration, and then you come back and leave the country, and that is going to be very costly. Those resorts, the pictures that you see on Instagram or Twitter or anywhere of Maldives are mostly these private resorts. Those are very luxury experiences. The second option is staying on a local island, which is, let's say, Male City. Those are very cost effective, very reasonably priced. The cost will be 1/4 of the private island. But if you're traveling for your honeymoon, for your birthday with your friends, my recommendation would be to stay on a private island, because that is where you'll be able to enjoy the Maldives the most, the beauty of it, the activities. There is one more disadvantage of living on a local island, is that Maldives is a Muslim country. So on the local island, you will not get the alcohol. The women are not allowed to wear bikinis or the clothes which exposes them. While in a private island or a private resort, none of these restrictions apply. You can wear your best bikini, or you can dress up as much as you want, and you can drink as much as you want. So the recommendation is, again, stay in a private island. So again, travel between November to April, stay on a private island, and book either through an agent or through a portal. It will be much more cost effective. The second thing, the biggest decision while traveling to Maldives that you have to make is that, how do I decide which resort I should stay on? So there are multiple ways you can decide. I am going to give you a list of parameters through which you can decide that, hey, this is the place I want to stay in. The very first thing is that, what is your budget, right? Because you will find some of the restaurants, some of the resorts which will offer you 4 days stay in 1.2 lakhs, and there are resorts which will offer you 4 days stay in probably 10 lakh. Right? There are all sorts of resorts, depending on how luxurious they are, what kind of activities they are offering, what kind of rooms they have, what kind of environment they provide, services they provide, right? So it all depends on your budget. So very first thing you have to decide is that, what is my budget? Is it 1 lakh rupees? Is it 2 lakh rupees? Is it 3 lakh rupees? Is it 4 lakh rupees? The second thing you have to decide is that, how long am I going to stay? Now my recommendation would be that, please stay there for at least 4 days, because the day when you will reach there and you will figure out, okay, there are on a private island or a private resort, there are 4 restaurants, there are so many activities, and if you stay there only for 2 days, then most of your time will just go in doing those activities, and you will not be able to relax or probably have some good time with your partner, or just roam around in the resort. So it's better to stay at least for 4 days, so that 1 or 2 days you can spend in the activities, and the rest of the 2 days you can just chill out with your partner, with your friends, enjoy good food, or just lie down in the pool. So you should decide on the budget, how long you're going to stay. The next thing is that, which package I want to take. Now there are multiple packages offered by various resorts. One of them is half board, then there is full board, there is all inclusive, and then there is all inclusive plus plus. What does half board means? Half board means that the resort will offer you breakfast plus one of the meal, either lunch or dinner, included in the price of the resort, and the rest of the things, for example, snacks or beverages or lunch or dinner, you have to pay from your own pocket. Then there is full board. Full board means the resort will offer you all 3, breakfast, lunch and dinner, but for beverages and snacks you have to pay from your own pocket. And then there is third, which is all inclusive, which means the resort, everything, which is your all 3 meals and beverages included in the package. And then there is one more package offered by some of the resorts, which is all inclusive plus plus. That means all the meals, snacks, plus some of the drinks which are generally not part of the menu in all inclusive will also be included in this. Now my recommendation would be, again, to go for an all inclusive package, just because you are going there to relax and have a good time for a very short period of time. You don't want to worry about, hey, how much am I going to pay for lunch or dinner or beverages. If it's already paid, you don't need to, it takes off the decision making burden from your mind, and you can just enjoy and have a good time. The only issue is that not all the resorts offer all the packages. Some of the resorts will only offer full board or half board plus full board. Some of the resorts only offer all inclusive, they don't have half board or full board. So it depends on the resort as well. So first you need to decide what kind of package I want. The next thing is, which is again a very important thing, Room options. What kind of room? So generally all the resorts have two type of rooms. One is beach villa and another is water villa. Beach villa, which is right next to the sea, you have the beach right next to your door, and then the water villa, which is the villas floating over the water. Floating essentially means that your villa is over the water from your room. You can see the water, you can get down in the water, swim around either with jacket or without jacket if you know swimming. My recommendation is again have 2 days on the beach villa. Generally beach villa will cost you lesser than the water villa. Water villas are very a bit costly. Probably it will cost you $100 $200 more than the beach villa. My recommendation would be that first 2 days or 3 days take the beach villa, because in the first 2-3 days you want to probably do all the activities, roam around in the island, and you will not spend so much of time in the room. And the last 1 or 2 days of your trip you can spend on the water villa, where you want more quieter or a peaceful time with your partner. And so that's my recommendation. Again, you want to look at the videos or the photos of the rooms offered by all the resorts, because some of the resorts will give you European style bathtub or the jacuzzi in the room plus pool as well, and then the stairs in the pool. So you want to probably see all those things, whatever is your preference. But yeah, definitely one of the options to look for. The next is these are some of the parameters. So what package you want, how long you want to stay, what are the activities. Again, one of the things is that you are going to do in all the resorts is the activities that the resort has to offer. Activities, for example, deep sea diving, snorkeling, probably a night safari on the sea, where you go and watch the sky lying down on a boat, and then probably yoga and other things which you enjoy. So how much of those activities are part of the package and how much of them are paid at the resort. Another thing is that one of the decision factor is a pick and drop. If your resort is very far away from the airport, let's say if it's 100 kilometers far away, then generally the pick and drop happens with a seaplane, and it's a great experience. I have done it. Seaplane, sometimes it's part of the package, and sometimes it's on a chargeable basis, $400 or $300 per person. If you're going through an agent or a portal, try to negotiate with the resort to include this as part of the package, otherwise it will cost you a lot. If your resort is not so far away, let's say it's only 30-40 kilometers away from the Mali airport, then there will be a ferry which will pick you up from the airport, and it will take you to the resort, and then it will drop you depending on your departure date from Maldives, right? Now the ferry pick and drop is always included in the package. I have not seen any case where it's not part of the package, but if it's very far away, then you need to check if your seaplane is included as part of your package. So package, pick and drop, activities, room options. Obviously look for YouTube videos, read the comments, read the reviews on agoda.com, booking, and any other international website to see if there is something concerning of the resort, and just see what fits your budget. So once you decide, okay, out of the 100 resorts or 200 resorts which are there in Maldives, out of probably them only 40 are in my budget. Within that 40, only let's say 20 offer the packages that I'm looking for. Within those 20, I don't like the rooms for 10 of them. Then you are left with 10 only. Then you look at activities, and then probably you will come up with 4 to 5. And then once you will check the availability for the dates you want to travel, you might be left with only 2 or 3 options, and then it will become very easy for you to decide. So I would suggest go by this, and I will also mention all these criteria in the comment, and it should help you decide where do you want to stay. Now the next thing is that while you're traveling, what are the things you want to carry with you? These are very basic. For any place with beaches you're going, you should carry this sunscreen, sunglasses. If you have snorkeling equipment, I will recommend carry it or buy it, because some of the resorts don't provide it, and they charge you for it $80, $1,000, $100, $200 per person for 1 or 2 hours or 1 day. In the same amount or lesser, you can buy that equipment in India, and then you can snorkel as much as you want there next to the sea or next to your room. Always carry umbrella. You never know when it is going to rain. Make sure you carry a universal adapter. Some of the resorts provide the adapter for the charging. And some of the resorts do not provide it; they charge you for it. So again, it's better to carry it if you're traveling to Maldives. Few things to take care of. If you're going on a honeymoon or a birthday trip, make sure you inform the resort that, hey, I'm coming for the honeymoon or a birthday. They will ask you for some kind of proof, and so let's say if you're going for a honeymoon, they might ask you for a marriage certificate or some kind of proof, or if you're for a birthday, then again some document to show that it is you are going to stay there on your birthday. And if it is the case that it's your honeymoon or birthday, then they will provide you either a complimentary spa, or they will give you a floating breakfast, or they might give you one complimentary dinner, candlelight dinner, or they will decorate your room or bathtub if it's a honeymoon package. So depending on the resort, what kind of things they offer, they might not tell you anything and they will surprise you when you reach there. Floating breakfast, a lot of people see the photos of the floating breakfast in Maldives and they decide, hey, it looks very interesting. Trust me, it's good for Instagram photos. It's not a regular thing in any of the resort. It will cost you $300 to $400, and on offer days it might cost you $80 or something. It will be delivered to your room, and you can probably click for few photos or something like that. My recommendation would be that if you really want to enjoy it, try to negotiate in the package. And if hey, one day I want just the floating breakfast, and they might offer you if it's your honeymoon or something, and you can click photos and enjoy it. However, in all the resorts you have 3-4 different type of restaurant and specialized in different kind of cuisines, and those are always available depending in your package to go and eat and have breakfast, lunch and dinner, or snacks or beverages. While you have decided in the resort, your duration, your budget, after that try to ask for any complimentary activity, spa, floating breakfast that should bring down some of the cost. Yeah, this is it. These are the things to take care of. If you want to know more my experience, where did I stay, please write me an email. Email ID is mentioned below, and again I'm mentioning all the details below. If you like this video, then please share, like and subscribe. And if you want to know more about any other countries in Asia, I've probably traveled almost all the countries, do let me know. Bye bye and have a good day.